everyone, we're going to evaluate the following integral by integration by parts. So we have it started here, and what we want to do is use this formula here. And in this case, I'm not going to use the mnemonic device. I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to let my u be the exponential function. So I'm going to let u equal e to the negative theta, and then dv equal everything else. So that's going to, because I want to set it up. So that's cosine of 2 theta d theta. Might make it a little easier. You can try it the other way as well. So the derivative of u equals negative e to negative theta d theta. And then our v is just going to be 1/2, our antiderivative of that, 1/2 sine of 2 theta. So let's fill in the formula. So this equals, this is our integral here, equals, I'll put here 1/2 e to the negative theta, that's times sine of 2 theta. That's your uv, and I just switched them around, minus your integral of 1/2 sine of 2 theta times negative, so this is going to end up being, I'll just put it here. All right, now let's straighten this part up. So we have 2 negatives, so this will be plus, and I'm going to pull this 1/2 out. So what I'm going to get is e to the negative theta sine of 2 theta d theta. Now, we're going to have to do this again, so we're dealing with just this piece here. So we're going to let our big U equal, we're doing it again, e to the negative theta, and therefore derivative of big U is going to be negative e to the negative theta, and we're going to let our derivative of big V equal everything else. So sine of 2 theta, d theta. Therefore, our V is just going to be negative 1/2 cosine of 2 theta. So to take care of this part, that's going to end up being, let's see, this part here is just going to equal, let's put this in white, negative 1/2 e to the negative theta cosine of theta minus the integral of negative, and we're looking at this part right here, negative 1/2 e to the negative theta cosine of theta d theta. Now, if I pull this out, I have 2 negatives here, right here. So I'm going to pull that out, and I get negative 1/2 e negative theta cosine of theta plus 1/2 integral of e to the negative theta cosine of theta d theta. Now what you notice is this is our original again. So this is back to your original. So this is going to be your I. So what I'm going to do is put all of this together on the next slide. And remember, we have a 1/2 in front here before we get started. You might want to have this copied down. So I'm going to put it all together. And what we're going to get is your total integral equals 1/2 e to the negative theta sine of 2 theta, plus you have your 1/2 in front, and I'm doing my second part I did, which is going to be negative 1/2 e to the negative theta cosine of 2 theta minus 1/2 of your integral, I. Remember, I was just this. So all I'm doing is changing what I had there for I. Now, let's distribute that 1/2. So for that, you're going to get, clean this up. You get I equals 1/2 e to the negative theta sine of 2 theta. And you're going to get minus 1/4 e to the negative theta cosine of 2 theta minus 1/4 I. So that's all of that. Now what we want to go to is we're going to write this. We're going to add 1/4 I to both sides of the equation. So in this case, this would be 4/4. So what we end up getting is 5/4 I equals 1/2 e to the negative theta sine of 2 theta minus 1/4 e to the negative theta cosine of 2 theta. And for the next slide, what I'm going to do is multiply everything through by 4/5, which would just give me your integral. So we're going to have I equals, it's going to be 4/5 times 1/2 e to the negative theta sine of 2 theta minus 1/4 e to the negative theta cosine of 2 theta, and then we have to put our constant, let's call it constant 1. And now let's distribute. So you're going to get 4/10. When you multiply these two, that's 4/10, which is, or you could just do it this way. 2 goes into 4 2 times. So that's going to be 2/5 e to the negative theta sine of 2 theta. And in here, the 4's would cancel. So you're just going to get minus 1/5 e to the negative theta cosine of 2 theta plus 4/5 C1. And finally, you just copy this down again. So your total integral is going to be, just copy this down. And you're just going to put plus C, and whereby we're letting C equal 4/5 C1. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.